Mike's World. Tubular. Yeah, you heard it. This is Mike's World. Giving Mike's opinion, Mike's ways, Mike's everything. Agree or disagree? This is Mike's World. Hey, what's up, everybody out there? This is just another little quick episode of Mike's World. Mike's World. Man, I got that little Mike's World Tubular from that Wayne's World that used to be out in the mid '90s. Wayne's World. That's my name's Mike, so you know what I mean. Made my own little switch up on it. So anyway, like I let some of them people know in my first videos. Want to let you guys know again. I'm doing a bunch, trying to build my platform and putting a whole bunch of stuff together. So I'm gonna be releasing some. You see my new videos, Albuquerque Gangland. I'm doing the profiles on a whole bunch of neighborhoods from there, and I'm also gonna continue on with my, just my opinion pieces. That's what this is gonna be, an opinion video, and then all kinds of stuff, educational videos. I'll do little ones for the kids now and then. It's not gonna be for everything's not gonna be for everyone. I'm gonna do some mukbangs, playing video games. So like, some of the people that want to hear the war stories, they're not gonna want to watch the mukbang or like the video games, and vice versa. My video game subscribers and guys that want to hear my positive talks, they're not gonna want to hear the gang stories and you know what I mean, the stabbings and stuff. So I'm trying to kind of find my way here, trying to get figured out on what works best. Have a wide variety of stuff. That way I have a wide variety of subscribers. So if you happen to see in the thumbnail or in the headlines and it's not something that you're into, you just go ahead and pass up the video. You can still subscribe to me, and who knows, my next, if you're into my war videos or whatever, that might be on next. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little bit of everything for everyone. Like I said, I'm trying to build my platform with a lot of different types of variety of content. Talk about different things, opinions, conspiracy theories, like I said, food testing, mukbang, vlogging, reactions. I gotta put out a bunch of stuff. A lot of these guys that have a lot of subscribers, these guys that have 50, 100,000 subscribers, they've been doing this stuff for a couple years, and they put out 600 videos. I only have out a few videos, so bear with me here, you guys. But anyway, that's just a little preview on what I have coming. A bunch of memories, a bunch of opinions on stuff. As you can see what I've already released. I released some comedy skits, a couple little skits for the kids, a couple opinion pieces, and then also a couple edited videos. I'm trying to do a little everything for everyone. And like I said, and there's no way that everything is going to be for everyone. So anyway, this is an opinion piece, as you can see on the thumbnail, for addiction. Yeah, I had a couple subscribers wanted me to do a video talking about how I might change my life up and about addiction. So instead, I'm just gonna do my opinion on addiction and drugs in general. In my opinion, it's a choice. It's a personal choice that everyone has as far as they use. Everybody always wants to throw people in jail for being dealers, for possessing, committing crimes, but it's a personal thing. Everybody makes a personal choice whether they want to sell it, or whether they want to use it, or what. And that's another thing. It's a very hypocritical game, that the addiction game. People will wake up every morning and they'll drink a pot of coffee, and they'll smoke their cigarette or whatever. Go to work, come home, drink a few beers. But then they'll talk shit about the person down the street that uses cocaine. Or the guy that uses the cocaine will talk shit about meth because he says it's a dirty drug. Or will talk shit about a pothead and say he's lazy. And the pothead will talk shit about all of them, saying that those are hard drugs, and pot's not even a drug. And the alcoholic, right? Oh, they're better than everybody because it's legal, right? It's such a hypocritical game, There was a time when alcohol was illegal also, the prohibition. You know what I mean? And that formed a lot of the mafia members, Al Capone, Babyface Nelson. A lot of those guys that were involved in like the Chicago crime era were built on bootlegging, making alcohol. The same way a lot of the cartels, Mexican cartels today, make their income from illegal drugs that are being sold in the streets. Now they're starting to legalize marijuana, so that's okay now. But how many guys had to sit in prison for how many years until they said, "Oh, this is okay now," because they see the revenue source that it makes for the government? That's bullshit, you know. Um, so my opinion on addiction like that is none is better than the other. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, that the guy that drinks coffee is better than the guy that does a reel of cocaine in the morning. It's all about who can handle it and who cannot. Basically, it all comes to the individual. Like alcohol, that's a perfect example. It's legal. There's a few people that can have a couple drinks at the club on the weekends, maybe a beer or two after work, still go to work, still have their household and hold it together. And then there's people that are completely give everything for the alcohol, and they lose their home, and they're living outside on the homeless on the corner, begging for money to get another fifth. It's the same alcohol that everybody's drinking. It's the difference in the person, and it's the exact same with drugs. You know, you think drug use, you think of that guy that's all skinny, overdosing on the corner, the homeless guy, climbing in a trash can all dirty. That's just the extreme of it. That's the individual that couldn't handle that. You don't think every day that there's police officers, doctors, lawyers that wake up and do their little bump of cocaine or have their little hit of a joint because it calms them down, it takes the edge off? There is, trust me. There's people of all wakes and forms of all different forms of light, you know what I mean, in color, and we're all human the same. And substance abuse and addiction has gone back since the beginning of time. You know, people try different types of herb and marijuanas and tobacco, and it's nothing new. You know, it was, if you believe in the Bible, one of Jesus' first miracles was water to wine. You know, there's reports in the Old Testament of Noah drinking wine, and then if you go far back in Hinduism and whatnot, there's marijuana and Chiba. You know, just part of man's history. You know, we've had this war on drugs and addiction. You know, addiction in itself can be anything. It's not just drugs. Anything us humans we can turn into addiction and into an addiction. You know, for instance, Powerade. Powerade's good for you. It gives you electrolytes. You know, hydrates you. But if all I drink every morning is a Powerade in the morning, a Powerade for lunch, Powerade for dinner, only Powerade, I'm probably going to end up with diabetes from all that damn salt and sugar. And my teeth are going to rot. You know, I need to get some milk in there. You need to get some juices. It's all about how much you use, you know. And it's the same way with substances. It's all about how much you use. It's about the person, technically, not the substance. Anything you overdo and you don't use in moderation, it's going to become a poison to you. You know what I mean? A cheeseburger, it's good once a week, maybe once a day. But if you eat a cheeseburger every morning for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're going to end up overweight, having a heart attack. You're going to be sick of cheeseburgers. It's going to ruin your life. You know? Same with everything in moderation. There's a time and a place for everything. So I'm sorry if you guys want me to sit here and say drugs are terrible, you should not touch them. And, you know, it's just like anything else. You do too much of it, you don't use it in moderation, you have a bad head on your shoulders and an addictive personality, it'll eat you up. You know? And no one's better than the other. A pothead's not better than a cokehead, a tweaker's not better than an alcoholic, porn head's not better than a coffee drinker and a cigarette a smoker. They're all the same. Just because one's legal and one's not doesn't morally make it any different or any better. And I'm sorry for anyone who's lost any loved ones and overdoses and whatnot, but again, yeah, maybe it's strong and it's hard to beat without help. And I agree, a lot of people need that help. They can't do it on their own. But they're not going to do it with or without help if they don't want to do it on their own also. Everyone knows that. You know? I've been through addiction myself. Addicted to damn near everything. You know, it's been in my addiction has ran in my family also, and alcoholism also. So I just wanted to do that real quick, my little quick opinion on addiction, on substance, on how I feel about that. You know, like I said, I'm giving a wide variety of content, So this is just a little opinion piece right here on Mike's World. And you guys, because this is a direct request from a couple subscribers that wanted me to give my opinion on dope, on drugs. Anything can be a dope. Anything can be a drug. If you overuse it, if you become addicted to it and you use it on a daily, that day you don't have it, I don't care if it's Gatorade, if it's candy, if it's coffee, whatever, you're gonna, need it. And your body's gonna wonder why it's not there. It's a victimless crime. I hate to say it, but I'm one of those people that agrees. Because selling it and using it. If you decide you want to rob somebody, hey, nobody put that gun in you and made you rob somebody. That's a personal choice that you made. That victim was a victim of your own choice, Just like a dealer. Nobody ever makes anybody buy anything for him. That's their choice. Look at Amsterdam's laws if you guys want to check out drug laws. So anyway, just another little quick opinion on addiction, on substance. This is Mike's World, y'all. Another quick little episode. You guys have a good one.